All right. So what's been happening with the Safeforge portfolio? So on Jan the 1st, SAF was worth 960. So today it's worth 1413. So it's an increase of about 50% year on year, year to date. And last, I think 2 weeks ago, the guys who were here, I don't know whether everyone remembers it, but uh it was worth about 1300. So it's about a 10% increase from 2 weeks ago as well. And what we found is that, our small caps have done very, very well, right? Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, which make a big part of our portfolio, it's about 60% of our portfolio. They've all done very well over the past few months. But you look at things like Matic, Kyber Network, 1inch, they've all done sort of spectacularly well. So they've done significantly better than Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think this number for Matic is actually not even updated yet. I think it might be closer to 100% at this point. So everything's really surged. We're in a little bit of a bull run right now. And interesting to see how things go. But of course, buying into Safeforge, it is a long-term bet more than anything else. Okay, how has our protocol grown overall? So significantly grown over the last 2 weeks. So we've grown from 11,000 up to 17,000 in TVL. So it's a 46% 2-week growth in TVL. Looking to push it forward, further and forward. Over the next week or so, looking to get it up to that 20K mark. And by the time we talk again, if all things go well, we want to be at about 30K. So it's about a 50% growth. 2-week growth. So pretty happy, but we can still do better. And we are working towards that. So community side of things, that's not been as quick and not been as good. Yeah. So our Discord communities basically remain static at 400. Twitter followers have also basically remained static at 478. And so our team's actively working on sort of boosting these numbers right now. Launched a new content schedule on our Twitter. So on a daily basis, we're going to be shooting out content there. So that's going to, engage our followers and hopefully get us a few more followers. And what we're going to do is we're going to start boosting Discord engagement as well. So we're going to have a question of the day where, everyone's invited to come and sort of participate and just, generally have a little bit more conversation bouncing around sort of our community at this point. So yeah, really working on that. So senior ambassador roles. So I think, as we said last week, launching a new senior ambassador role. These people will get more governance tokens than our regular ambassadors. And we want to build that group of 10 extremely high quality ambassadors who can really contribute to what we're doing. So we've currently got about 3-4 people shortlisted from sort of what we discussed sort of 2 weeks ago. For more information, have a chat to Andrew. Andrew's on this call. So just go over and have a chat to him. You can find him on Discord as well. Yep, so development updates. So we've actually I haven't updated these slides necessarily, right? But we've actually built our version 2, our MVP version 2 of our portfolio builder. So let me just bring that up. Actually, maybe I can just show you. I can show you some of the features. I've got some slides for that as well. But we built version 2. So MVP version's out. It does a lot of things that we weren't able to do previously. Yeah, please bear with me. I think there's some internet issues. Yeah, so if you look at our portfolio builder now, what we can do is it is quite expanded. So we've got and I'll shoot the link in below, right? But you can build with many, many more factors. So our initial portfolio builder had like 5 factors. You can choose models. So we've got model selection enabled. You can do things in terms of linear format, squared format. We're going to add support for inverse sort of like factor sort of inverse factor weightings in a bit. You can select individual coins. So up to this point, you weren't able to select individual coins. You had to sort of pick sort of factors and spit out those coins. So you weren't able to build a portfolio of just Bitcoin. We thought that was pretty silly. So now we've added a feature where you can just set particular coins to fixed proportions. And I think this is probably going to be the most exciting thing in the long run. We're allowing people to create their own factors now by submitting their own code, so that they'll be able to use our data and recombine them in almost any way to become a new factor. And this week, what we're working on with our portfolio builder. So here's our portfolio builder. You can have a play with it. Still a little bit unstable. So it's still a little bit unstable. So please bear with it. The loading times can be a little bit shaky from time to time. But but basically you can add things like this, like Reddit subscribers and like GitHub court count, and then you can actually build the actual portfolio. It'll take a while, yeah, but you can actually go and build the actual portfolio. And that next step of what we're going to be adding to the portfolio builder now is we're going to add the ability for people to submit their own data. So I think that will be a very, very big step for our portfolio builder. And as we said, right, once we're done, we're going to open source it all, at least the backend side. But I think we'll probably open source the whole thing, so that people will be able to contribute and use it for whatever they want, basically. We're still building an app so that you can easily DCA into SAF. Very topical given today's sort of like conversation. Talking to several providers, but it's quite hard to find the ones with the requirements that we want. So yeah, I think it's still something that we're working on and trying to figure out. At the very least, we want to get our initial dashboard page to work as a place where you can buy SAF, because I think as people who've tried to buy SAF know, it's a fairly difficult process to do it at this point. Yeah, we're launching a newsletter. So I think 2 weeks ago said that we're launching a newsletter. Lots of interesting things in the crypto space overall, but I think for a lot of people it's difficult to keep up with everything. So launching a newsletter called Long-Term Crypto Investor gives you the 3 most important things that happen in crypto in a given week. And our first issue should be out in the next day or so. So I've been working on that. Just been a little bit delayed in terms of getting that out. And finally, yeah, so we've this is a recap already, but we switched to that whitelist mode for our first 100 SAF rewards campaign. People already bought, that's fine. You're on that list already. But in order to be eligible for rewards, you should go to that whitelist, sign up. This is for sort of all future purchases. And you buy that SAF and then hold it for a minimum of a year. And our current governance tokens rewards are at 1390. Actually, that's down. I think we're down to 1320. So we've had a few more purchases of SAF over the last few weeks. So that number's coming down. It's about to break under the 1300 mark. Yeah, so that's our that's our community update for this fortnightly period. Any questions, guys?